In a major shift for wildlife conservation in the region, federal officials are proposing new boundaries for grizzly bear protections. The proposal comes as the predators, once nearly wiped out by habitat loss and human conflict, continue a slow recovery. Jude Binkley with our Environment Northwest team explains how this plan aims to protect these powerful predators and the people who live alongside them.
Grizzly bears, icons of the American wilderness, have spent 5 decades under federal protection, recovering from near extinction.
Grizzlies are an inspiring, iconic, rugged symbol of wild America.
They're more than symbolic. As a keystone species, grizzlies shape entire ecosystems.
See grizzly bears kind of foraging and turning over logs and digging for bugs, and as they're doing that, they're spreading seeds for saplings and trees to grow and flourish in those ecosystems.
Once roaming across most of the western U.S., grizzly populations now occupy just a fraction of their historical range. In a significant shift, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has proposed a new distinct population segment in this region of the Northwest, where grizzlies would maintain their endangered species protections. Now, this area covers 6 recovery zones in Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming.
What we'd like to see is healthy grizzly bear populations that are connected to one another, not isolated, can move freely throughout the landscape and without facing a high mortality risk.
Scientists have identified crucial corridors bears use to move between recovery areas, routes essential for genetic diversity and the long-term survival of the species.
If they can't move between those populations, then they're going to be island populations. They're not going to be able to mix genetically, which compromises long-term their viability, their ecological resilience, and their just long-term survival as a keystone species.
This proposal also includes new flexibility for managing human-bear conflicts. Ranchers could apply for permits to remove bears that attack livestock, a controversial yet strategic move to balance conservation with community concerns.
We need to be fair and reasonable and balanced in terms of how we promote recovery in these areas. We can't externalize the burden of recovering animals onto ranchers, onto small rural communities. If there are conflicts that happen, we need to provide managers and communities with tools to be able to minimize those risks.
For Environment Northwest, I'm Jude Binkley.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is taking public comment on the proposal through May 16th, and a final ruling is expected by January 2026.